Tara from mystampin.com. Thanks for joining me on day 9 of 12 days left of Sale-A-Bration. And today I wanted to show you this really fun gift card pouch that I saw on Pinterest. This design is inspired by Cindy Schuster. So I just wanted to share this along with you. I am going to be using the gift bag dies and thinlits that is in our occasions catalog. So it comes in these 2 pieces. And so you run these 2 pieces through your Big Shot, and that's what gives you the gift bag. And so, I'm gonna go through this and show you how I made this, but I'm going to be using some items from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. I'm gonna be using the designer series paper from Best Year Ever. And so after you've run it through the Big Shot, then it comes out like this. So you've got 2 pieces and you've got score marks on here. So you just want to take your bone folder and just give those some good creases. And then the easiest way that I have found to match this up, and when you're cutting it, you want to make sure that you've got the pattern going the right direction, because my first bag that I made, here I'll show you my oops. As you can see, the tulips are upside down, except on this side I've got one side going correct and the other one upside down. So I'll just have to use that paper for something else. So like I said, make sure you've got the paper going the right direction. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach it. So the easiest way that I have found is to put the adhesive on the small strip and then adhere, match it up on the big panel and adhere that. So I'm gonna be using my Fast Fuse. I think this gives it a good hold. And if you've been watching this series from day 1, you know that I'm going to be doing a mystery hostess giveaway. So the accompanying blog post as well as the video notes will have that mystery hostess code. So you just go on over to my online Stampin' Up! Online store, and then after you have put everything in your cart, at the bottom left-hand corner you'll see where it says to enter the hostess code. So if you just put the information there, then you will be eligible to win the hostess benefits that will have accumulated from day 12 until the end of this month. So Sale-A-Bration, we've just got 9 days left of it. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to give, shoot me an email or make comments on this video, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're just going to really carefully make sure that you're lining this up correctly. Pressure, and then from here you can see that it's going to fold up. And so now I'm going to put the adhesive on this panel. And this is a really fun die to have because you can just make so many things with it for all occasions. And then I'm just going to give this a good crease with my bone folder. And then from here, I'm going to put the adhesive down on this flap. And the Fast Fuse really works good on this. All right, so that's our little gift pouch so far. So if it kind of sticks, you just stick your hand in there, and if there's any adhesive that sticks, it should be able to come right up. All right, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is making the cute tag, and I've already cut out some of the pieces. I'm using the banner from the same gift bag thinlits, so I'm using that cute little banner, and I cut that out in soft suede. So that's going to be part of the banner. You just want to get a scrap of Whisper Wide cardstock, and I'm going to be using the scalloped tag topper punch. And so this little channel right here, this is 2 inches wide, so you'll just want to make sure that your paper can fit in there. But before we actually do the punch, we're going to do our stamping. And as you can see in our sample, I did some watercoloring. So I inked it up and then I'm going to mist it. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the stem. And so I am using painted petals. Now this is in the occasions catalog. I've I have enjoyed this stamp set so much. I don't know which one's my favorite yet, but this one is definitely up there because I've been using that a ton. It's just so versatile. All right, and so I'm going to get this out in Sahara Sand. The stems are going to be a little bit different than green, so I'm inking that up. And then what I have is I have this spritzer filled with water, and I'm just going to give it a spritz, but I'm going to do this away from the camera so I don't get my table all wet. Okay, just give it a couple of good squirts, and then from here you're just going to push down and hold it down for a bit just so that the ink kind of can set into the paper, and then lift up, and it gives you that fun watercolor technique. Okay, so I've got the blooms right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink one up in crushed curry, and then I'm going to do the other one in Calypso Coral. So I'm just going to really carefully just ink it up with my ink pad, just kind of tap it, make sure that I'm not getting ink on that other petal. If I do, it's fine, no big deal. And then I'm going to take the Calypso Coral and then do the exact same thing on the other petal. Okay, make sure they're good and inked. And then from here again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spritzer and I'm going to spritz, I'm going to do about 2 squirts with the water. Okay, and then again, let's see, make sure I'm going in the right way. And again, I'm just going to hold the block down just for a bit and make sure that the ink soaks in. And then lift it. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to take the thank you stamp that comes in the kit, and I'm going to use Calypso Coral again, and here I am not going to water, I'm not going to put any water on, I'm just going to stamp just straight, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back in. I want this banner to hang down. If you look in my sample, I have the banner down below the tag. So I'm just going to cut just 3/4 of an inch off. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm going to cut off about 1.5 inches at the top. Maybe not. Maybe just go to, maybe I'll just do 1 inch, which will give me enough room to slide, bring back my tag topper punch, and slide that in and go all the way to the top, and then just press down. And then that gives me that really fun tag. And then from here, you're just going to take your snail and just do a couple of strips, and then I'm just going to place this on the pouch about right here. And then I'll be able to put the tag right there. Maybe bring this up just a little bit. There, that's better. Yeah, that's better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Painted Blooms cotton twine. This is in the Occasions catalog. I'm using the soft sky color. And actually, I'm going to just lightly adhere this to the front of the gift bag. And then I'm going to wrap this around twice. I seem to do. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut off the tails to the desired length. And then from here, I'm going to take one of our clothespins and then just attach it to the tag. So it kind of gives that illusion that the clothespin is keeping the tag attached from the twine. And then the last thing all you do is you just make a little insert. I just took some Whisper white cardstock. I cut this down to 3 by 4, and then I just rounded the corners using my Project Life corner punch. And then I just took just a little bit of leftover designer series paper that matches the inside, and just put a little strip down here, wrote a fun little thing, and then I just attached a gift card. And so you just slide it on in there and just stamped a fun little greeting from there. And there you have it. So you can see 2 different designs. This is using the Painted Blooms designer series paper and the Painted Blooms stamp set. Both of these items, as well as the cotton twine, you can find that in the Occasions catalog. And then here, use the same stamp set, the same twine, but I used the Best Year Ever designer series paper from our Sale-A-Bration catalog. So ladies, if you have any questions over any of the products that I've used today, and don't forget about the Mystery Hostess. So, you know, that's a great way to get some free items if you make a purchase in my online store. And I'll be doing that drawing on April 1st. So you have until March 31st to shop in my online store and use that use the hostess code, and then I'll randomly draw one lucky winner. All right, thanks guys, have a great day. Bye.